Fermenting vegetables is so simple. All you need is water, salt, and vegetables. I am pretty new to fermenting vegetables. I've tried fermenting tomatoes and garlic and cucumber to make pickles so far, but today I'm going to try carrots. Lacto-fermentation, it's just the name of the process where bacteria break down the sugars in the food and form a lactic acid. And that's the process by which yogurt is made, pickles, sauerkraut, and other fermented vegetables. Some strains of lactic acid bacteria are found in foods that are probiotic. And so that's what gives fermented foods the boost to your gut health, because probiotics are great for supporting gut health. And I just like making fermented vegetables, or at least trying my hand at making fermented vegetables, because it's just really simple. You don't need a lot of ingredients and they're healthy. So I just like to have them around as a snack. First, I peeled my carrots and I made sure that all the dirt, the visible dirt, was washed off. And then I chopped them into carrot sticks and put them into a quart glass jar. I added 2 tablespoons of pink Himalayan sea salt to another quart jar and filled that jar just enough with boiling water to dissolve the salt, and used a spoon to stir it until everything was dissolved. And then I filled the quart jar with cold water. And the reason I did that was to cool down the saltwater brine, because you don't want to pour very hot water over vegetables, because that hot water will kill off the bacteria that you need to get the fermentation process going. So I added my carrot sticks to my glass jar, and once the jar was full, I poured the brine over the carrots and I added my weight. I have a little pack of fermenting weights, and I bought those because I knew I wanted to get into fermenting, but you really don't need to buy any new equipment. What I used to do is fill a Ziploc bag with a little bit of water and then put that into the top of a glass jar, just enough to keep the vegetables below the brine. When I do this again, I'm going to make sure to chop the carrots short enough to allow room for my fermenting weight. The 2 key things with fermenting vegetables is to use enough salt in the brine and to keep the vegetables below the brine completely while the fermentation is happening. And you need to use enough salt to ensure that no bacteria is able to grow in the brine. And for the same reason, you need to keep the vegetables totally submerged. I really had to jam my weight down to keep the carrots under the brine, so next time I'm going to make sure to cut them a bit shorter. All you need to do then is just leave it in a cool, dark place for about 3 or 4 days. Then you can pull one out and see if you like the flavor. If you do, you can just remove the weight, add an airtight lid, and put it into the fridge. Or if you want there to be more fermentation, just add the weight back on and make sure the carrots are below the brine and let it sit on the counter for another day or so. So here's what mine are looking like. I like the flavor, so I'm going to put these into the fridge. Once they're in the fridge, you don't really have to worry so much about keeping the carrots below the brine, because the coolness of the fridge will slow down the growth of any bad bacteria, and we are going to eat these right away, so I'm not too worried. I hope you give this a try. Thanks so much for stopping by, and I'll speak to you in the next Documenting Simple Living video.